A very good morning, viewers. It's quick morning and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. In this segment, we'll get you the top stories from across the nation, from across the world and across different sectors as well. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov in Johannesburg, where they discussed the ongoing progress of bilateral cooperation between India and Russia. During the meeting, the two leaders discussed the Ukraine conflict and Lavrov's recent meeting in Riyadh. In its first cabinet meeting, the newly formed Delhi government announced that it will present 14 pending reports before the CAG in the upcoming assembly session. Now, these reports, which were not addressed by the previous government, will be now tabled for discussion. The Chief Minister also provided a briefing on the other key decisions, including the approval of the Ayushman Yojana with a 5 lakh rupees top-up for Delhi residents, which was previously halted under the Aam Aadmi Party's administration. The government has already started resolving legal challenges to launch the scheme soon.
CAG की रिपोर्ट्स 14 रिपोर्ट्स पेंडिंग हैं, जो कि पिछली सरकार ने टेबल नहीं की। पहला ही हाउस जो होगा उसमें उन रिपोर्ट्स को पेश किया जाएगा। आज की कैबिनेट में ये भी पास किया गया है।
Achyuta Samanta, the founder of Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, has been summoned to appear before a high-level committee today following allegations of ill treatment of Nepali students on campus. He has asked to adduce evidence and adequate documentary evidence before the committee on the term of reference as stated in the office order. The three-member committee headed by Additional Chief Secretary, Home Department, Satyabrata Sahu, is probing the circumstances leading to the suicide of a 20-year-old Nepali student in her hostel room. The panel is ascertaining the reasons for issuing notice to only a specific group of students and closing the institute signed die for them and other incidental matters that emerged during the inquiry. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has once again painted a bleak picture of employment opportunities in Uttar Pradesh, claiming that the youth of the state cannot get jobs. He alleged that the only employment opportunities available are in states like Telangana and Karnataka, but only in the capacity of labourers. Rahul Gandhi further criticized the UP government, stating that it has failed to provide adequate employment to its own people.
असल में क्या है कि राहुल गांधी खुद बेरोजगार है, इसलिए उनको हर युवक बेरोजगार दिखता है। उनको ये नहीं ध्यान आता कि देश के अंदर 25 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी रेखा से ऊपर लाए मोदी जी। 25 करोड़ बड़ा नंबर होता है। सच ये है कि उनके अपने राज्यों में हालत ख़राब है। वो जो फ्रीबीज अनाउंस कर चुके हैं, उनको पैसा दें, उसका पैसा नहीं उनके पास, उसको पूरा करने के लिए उनके पास पैसा नहीं है।
After meeting the governor of West Bengal, leader of opposition Suvendu Adhikari reiterated his strong objection to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's use of the term Mrityu Kumbh in the house of the proceedings. Suvendu, along with other BJP MLA, staged a massive protest demanding the expunging of these remarks and equal compensation for the victims of Mahakumbh stampede. He further criticized the Chief Minister for allegedly favouring one community over another in granting compensation.
का स्टैम्पेड में भी जो मृत है उसका 3 बंगाल का है, उसको भी कॉम्पेंसेशन देना चाहिए, सेम अमाउंट, वी डिमांड इट। ममता बनर्जी ने मृत्यु कुंभ बताया, ये सीधा सीधा आस्था के ऊपर आघात है। इसको एक्सपंज किया जाए। स्पीकर को गवर्नर साहब ने समन किया असेंबली, गवर्नर साहब शुड टेल टू स्पीकर प्लीज एक्सपंज दिस टाइप ऑफ filthy word.
An Aam Aadmi Party leader was shot and killed the husband of a village sarpanch in the Kalar Kera village. The suspect, Manoj Kumar, is reportedly the block president of the Aam Aadmi Party. The victim succumbed to the injuries while being taken to the Sri Ganganagar hospital. His body was later taken to a civil hospital in Abhor for post-mortem examination. Initial reports suggest that a dispute arose in the village regarding the construction of a drain. While the village panchayat was attempting to resolve the matter, Manoj Kumar reportedly lost his temper when his demands were disregarded, and the police are currently investigating the incident, and the team has assured that they will do their best to trace the suspect. However, protests have erupted, and the protesters have blocked the above Sri Ganganagar highway, disrupting interstate traffic, and are demanding the arrest of the suspect. Congress leader and Rajya Sabha MP Sonia Gandhi was admitted to Gangaram Hospital for abdomen-related issues on Thursday morning, the medical facility said, adding that there is no major concern. Sonia Gandhi is likely to be discharged by this evening. Congress MP Rakibul Hussain and his personal security officers were attacked by a mob in Assam's Nagaon district, prompting Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma to announce that the opposition leader's security will be beefed up while he is in the district. Hussain, who represents Assam's Dhubri constituency in the Lok Sabha, is unhurt, but his two PSOs sustained minor injuries. The state Congress demanded immediate arrest of those involved in the attack.
MP Sri Rakibul Hussain, while he was traveling from Nagaon to Rupuhihat to attend the meeting there, on way when he reached Notun Bazar, some unknown miscreants wrongfully restrained him, confronted with him, and then tried to attack him. And the PSOs detailed with him prevented them, and he went and attended the meeting peacefully from the place of occurrence.
Well, viewers, while those are the top stories from across the nation, let's now shift our focus to the business sector to give you an insight of what's happening in the world of business. PhonePe Group announced that it has begun preparations for a potential initial public offering. The company, in an update, said that it plans to list on the Indian stock market, citing the move as a major milestone. The promoters of the company said that the listing is a step in the right direction to achieve its long-term vision. In December 2022, PhonePe relocated its headquarters from Singapore to India, aiming for a public listing on domestic exchanges. Following this, the Samir Nigam-led fintech giant structured its corporate framework, making each of its non-payment businesses fully owned subsidiaries in preparations for its IPO plans. Despite continued push on local production of battery electric vehicles in the country, Tesla is unlikely to build a self-owned manufacturing facility in India. In the medium term, the Elon Musk-led firm may outsource production of certain models to a third-party player. At present, Tesla's product portfolio comprises Model S, Model X, Model 3 and Model Y, an affordable compact car priced at approximately 21 to 25 lakh rupees, which is speculated to be named Model 2, is also expected to be launched in the European as well as the Asian markets in the medium term. Tesla is likely to introduce the Model 3 and Model Y in India in the initial phases, followed by the other models. The government has extended the tenure of Chief Economic Advisor V. Anantha Nageshwaran by 2 years, keeping him in office until March 2027. He has played a very crucial role in shaping India's economic policy since taking charge on January 28, 2022. This following the Department of Personnel and Training's office order of an even number of October 3rd, 2023, and following the clearance by the Cabinet's Appointment Committee. V.A. Nageshwaran's extension as Chief Economic Advisor comes shortly after the Economic Survey 2024 and 25 projected GDP growth of 6.3% to 6.8% for the next financial year. The government's advance estimates placed GDP growth at 6.4% for the current fiscal year, reflecting a period of economic moderation. Amongst a slew of convenience fees that citizens have to pay on a day-to-day basis, a new one has been added to the list in case of users clearing bills through UPI platform Google Pay, as the firm has introduced a new conveyance bill, or rather conveyance fee for the bill payments like electricity and also cooking gas. These charges will apply to users clearing payments through debit and credit cards, with a fee ranging from 0.5% to 1% of the transaction value, along with added GST. Google Pay, in an announcement on its website, has described this fee as a way to cover the costs associated with processing credit or debit payments. Uber has announced a major change in how its auto rickshaw services operate in India. The company is moving from a commission-based system to a software as a service model, meaning it will no longer take cut from driver earnings. Instead, drivers will pay a subscription fee to use the Uber platform. With this shift, all Uber auto rides will now be cash only starting February 18. Riders will have to pay drivers directly in cash, as Uber will no longer handle digital payments. Now viewers, let's quickly take a look at the other international stories that we are tracking for you in this edition of Quick Morning. Kash Patel has been sworn in as the FBI director. The Indian origin man is now part of the FBI team under Donald Trump administration. He has succeeded Christopher Wray, who served for more than 7 years while calling for radical changes at the FBI. He will lead the federal law enforcement agency. Patel, a Trump loyalist who has fiercely criticized the agency that he is poised to lead, would inherit an FBI gripped by turmoil.
And I'm thrilled to be President Trump's nominee for the director of the FBI. And I'm very excited to see Senator Ted Cruz, who is one of the most brilliant constitutional minds we have.
A top White House official said President Trump's increasingly tough criticism of Zelensky reflects administration's increasing frustration with what they see as Ukrainian leader creating roadblocks to finding an endgame to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The comments from White House came a day after Trump described Zelensky as a dictator and warned him to move fast to negotiate an end to the war or risk not having a nation to lead. The official went on and said that Trump was also frustrated over Zelensky's rejection of an offer which would have given the US access to Ukraine's critical minerals as repayment for US support was left.
Look, President Trump is obviously very frustrated right now with President Zelensky. The fact that that he hasn't come to the table, that he hasn't been willing to take this opportunity that we have offered. I think he eventually will get to that point, and I hope so very quickly.
As controversy over Panama Canal continues, China rubbishes the claims of controlling this particular canal as pure lies after a media note from US Embassy mentioned plans to discuss the safeguarding of the canal from the influence of China's Communist Party. Refuting US's claims, Chinese Embassy in Panama said that it had been the US that has repeatedly threatened to take back the canal in an attempt to regain its control over it. Now, controversy erupted in recent months after current US President Donald Trump accused Panama of treating US in a very unfair way and refused to rule out using military means or taking economic action in his pursuit of the Panama Canal. The political director of the Prime Minister of Hungary, Balázs Orbán, reaffirmed his country's support for US President Donald Trump and his work to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. This comes as Trump administration officials are preparing to negotiate directly with Russia to discuss a way out of the war. The peace talks have also gained momentum as the war is about to complete its third anniversary. Recently, talks were held in Riyadh. Zelensky skipped it.
My message would be America is back, is a good news, and don't rely on the liberals and don't count on the liberals. You have your friends all around the world, and if you find your friends, work with them together and save the Western civilization together. This would be my message.
Israelis gathered in Tel Aviv following the release of the 4 bodies of hostages by Hamas. The bodies released brought the tally of captives freed to 28 since the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas began on January 19th. The Israelis came together to the hostages square to unite in this great loss. Hamas claimed all 4 were killed along with their guards in Israeli airstrikes. The somber mood across Israel contrasted with the sense of joy and relief that had accompanied the recent return of living hostages under the month-old ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas.
I think today was a very sad day for every Israeli Jewish and humane person anywhere in the world. Today we received 4 bodies of 4 hostages who were kidnapped alive, who were supposed to be returned alive. Unfortunately, they returned dead. At least they got it for proper burial, but all of the people of Israel are in grief, in pain, and people came here today to the hostage square to reunite and be together in this great loss and to feel each other.
Canada listed 7 criminal cartels as terrorist organizations a day after the US designated 8 Latin American crime organizations as such. US President Donald Trump has said the flow of fentanyl and illegal immigrants into the US was a reason for threatening to impose a 25% tariff on all Canadian goods, with an exception of 10% on energy. However, Trump has paused the implementation of those tariffs until at least March 4th.
Canada is a sovereign and independent country, has been for over 150 years, and will remain so. It will always be so. This discussion of 51st state is a non-starter. We acknowledge the concerns that have been brought to our attention by a new administration, and we're working hand in glove to try to wrestle them to the ground. And that's what we're doing. Strong Canadian border makes for strong national security.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul deployed National Guard troops to secure state-run prisons amid a wildcat strike by corrections workers. Picketing and striking by corrections officers took place at around 30 state prisons. She further directed everyone involved in these unlawful strikes to stop these actions immediately. The strike began over low salaries being offered to the correction workers who have to work under difficult circumstances.
Speak to you today about the illegal and unlawful correction officer strike. These disruptive and unsanctioned work stoppages are jeopardizing the safety of their colleagues, the prison population, and causing undue fear for the residents in the surrounding communities. I will not allow this chaos to continue.
Heavy rains wreaked havoc across rural Peru, triggering landslides and severe flooding. The overflowing of Aja River inundated rural areas, submerging farmland and destroying homes. As the situation remained tense in Peru, firefighters have been working round the clock to rescue those trapped by the rising floodwaters. The Peruvian government declared a state of emergency for 157 districts across multiple regions as relentless rains continued to batter the country in some areas for weeks together. Welcome back, viewers. Yesterday it was the inaugural game of Team India in the ongoing Champions Trophy 2025. Along with the post-match update and highlights, we'll get you all the latest that you need to know from the world of sports. Riding on Shami's 5 for 53 and Shubman Gill's excellent 100, India registered a comfortable 6-wicket victory over Bangladesh in their opening match of the Champions Trophy. Pacer Shami returned to an ICC tournament with a fifer to help his team bowl out Bangladesh for 228. In reply, India completed the chase with 21 balls to spare. Gill made an unbeaten 101 of 129 balls, and skipper Rohit Sharma blasted away to a characteristic 36 ball 41 while completing 11,000 runs in ODIs. Star pacer Mohammad Shami became the fastest Indian bowler and the second quickest to overall reach 200 ODI wickets during the Champions Trophy match against Bangladesh, marking his return to an ICC tournament with an excellent fifer. Now, Shami grabbed 3 wickets to reach the milestone in the 104th match of his and better former India pacer Ajit Agarkar's record of getting to the mark in just 133 matches. He added 2 more wickets to his tally to the end of the day, with figures standing at 5 for 53, strengthening his position as one of the most successful Indian bowlers in ICC tournaments. Game 2 of the ongoing Champions Trophy 2025 saw India take on Bangladesh. Both sides locked horns at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Now, throughout the first innings, there were a handful of records that were broken, and ace batter Virat Kohli was among them as well. The 36-year-old took 2 catches in the game against Bangladesh, dismissing Najmul Hossain, Shanto and Zakir Ali. The catch to dismiss Zakir Ali was Kohli's 156th catch in the format, and he also equalled the record of former India cricketer Mohammad Azharuddin, who had 156 catches in the format to his name. Team India captain Rohit Sharma has achieved a massive record in the team's Champions Trophy 2025 opener against Bangladesh at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Rohit has reached 11,000 runs in ODI cricket and shattered the feat of legendary Sachin Tendulkar. The India captain has also become the second fastest player to reach 11,000 runs, as he took 261 innings to reach this particular milestone, bettering Sachin Tendulkar, who breached the mark in 276 innings. Virat Kohli is the fastest player in the world to slam 11,000 runs. The former India skipper reached the milestone in only 222 innings in 2019. Pakistan was fined 5% of their match fee for maintaining a slow over rate during their match against New Zealand in the Champions Trophy opener at the National Stadium in Karachi. The tournament hosts and defending champions lost to the Kiwis by 60 runs. Pakistan were found 1 over short of the target after time allowances were taken into consideration. The ICC has confirmed this. The Pakistan cricket team arrived for the marquee Champions Trophy clash against arch rivals India, scheduled for February 23rd, hoping to get their campaign back on track after the 60-run loss to the New Zealand team in the tournament's opener. The team had left for Dubai without senior batter Fakhar Zaman, who got hurt during the opening match against New Zealand in Karachi on Wednesday, and Fakhar Zaman was later ruled out owing to a recurring knee injury and replaced in the squad by Imam ul Haq. Fakhar Zaman, the Pakistan opening batter, has been ruled out of the remainder of the Champions Trophy 2025 after sustaining an oblique injury during the tournament opener against New Zealand. Pakistan have now named Imam ul Haq as his replacement. Fakhar Zaman had to leave the field only 2 deliveries into the match against New Zealand after injuring himself while fielding. After opener Will Young played a Shaheen Afridi delivery through covers, Zaman pursued the ball and managed to stop it from crossing the boundary, but got injured in the process. A resilient 72-run unbroken partnership for the 8th wicket between Jaimeet Patel and Siddharth Desai, following a commanding 148 from opener Priyank Panchal, kept Gujarat on the brink of a third Ranji Trophy final as they finished the day 4 at 429 for 7 in response to Kerala's 457 after the penultimate day's play. Jaimeet, displaying immense patience and temperament, remained unbeaten on 74 from 161 deliveries, curbing his natural stroke play. Now it's time for us to get you the latest on what's happening in Bollywood, Hollywood and other film industries across the world. Cast and filmmakers of What Does That Nature Say to You launched their drama at the 75th Berlin International Film Festival, adding a competition for the top prize, The Golden Bear. The South Korean movie is written and directed by Hong Sang-soo. The South Korean auteur has received numerous awards from Berlinale, and his latest feature marks his 8th nomination for the Golden Bear Award. The director shared his experience on how he met the female lead of this particular movie. In a James Bond shake-up that stirred the film industry, Amazon MGM announced that the studio had taken the creative reins of the 007 franchise after decades of family control. Longtime Bond custodians Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli said they would be stepping back Amazon MGM Studios. Wilson and Broccoli formed a new joint venture in which they will co-own James Bond intellectual property rights, but Amazon MGM will have creative control. With financial terms pending to be discussed, the deal is expected to close sometime soon this year. Well, viewers, that's all we could pack for you in today's edition of Quick Morning. But stay tuned to Republic TV. We'll get you more news and updates on the other side of the short break. Do stay with us.